Welcome to Todd's 2-Minute Tech Tip Tuesday, brought to you by Big Beard Battery. Visit bigbeardbattery.com. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you don't miss anything. Hit the subscribe button now. Thank you. All right, this week on Todd's Tech Tip Tuesdays, I'm going to review a product. When I say review, I'm not going to review it in 2 minutes. I'm going to present it to you. I'm going to talk about the claims, and then we're going to test it. And so I'm going to do another video here in just a little bit. So what I have in my hand is a UV light for an air conditioner. Not just any air conditioner, but the RV air conditioners. Now, what does the UV light do? Why do we need it? And why am I even reviewing it? Well, here's the thing. We're coming up on summer. And I'm always talking about do your spring cleanup on your RV. And one of those things is getting your air conditioner ready for the harsh summer, right? And I'm always talking about cleaning the coils, getting up on your roof, cleaning the coils, and of course, cleaning the filter out, and getting your air conditioner set, primed, so it can actually deliver the cool air that you're looking for. Well, one of the problems that we have is the air conditioner itself, it becomes a cesspool for a bunch of microorganisms and everything else, and we get odor and everything else on those coils. And the reason why is because our evaporator coils of the air conditioner is a source of moisture, right? We're taking warm, moist air and it's touching a cold surface and we get a lot of moisture there. And that is a breeding ground for a lot of microorganisms. And there's a lot of people out there that, have breathing considerations, and we're putting in special filters, HEPA filters, and all of this to try and prevent those microorganisms from showing up on there, okay? I always talk about a product twice a year, get up there and cleaning the coils with that. Well, this product here, now it's called LumaSafe, and you can go over to the site, kind of read on it right now. I want to do a review on it. That's what I'm doing now. So the claim is that you don't have to clean the air conditioner anymore. Now, I'm going to tell you that, when we're saying don't have to clean, you definitely don't have to disinfect it. Now, this is what it does. It claims that it will disinfect your evaporator coils. Okay, great. It disinfects it, but what does that do for us? Okay, well, the odors that you smell a lot of times gets trapped on that evaporator coil, right? Different microorganisms begin to grow, and that's what you're smelling, okay, is those microorganisms. So this is a UV light. Now, here's the thing. UV lights have been around for quite a while, and actually, quite honestly, UV lights for the HVAC system has been around, and it's in the larger industries and maybe some in the homes, but this is the first product and the only product that I'm aware of that was designed specifically for the RV. It's a simple setup, okay? It does take 120 volts to set it up, but you either follow the directions or get yourself a qualified technician to actually hook up the UV lights. It does, it's a real simple system. It only consumes about 40 watts, and then once you hook it up there, you leave it on. Now, once a year, per se, you would switch out the bulbs, because the bulbs do have a shelf life. They only last so long, but once a year you replace those. But this is how simple it is, okay? Now, this is what it's claiming, okay? We do know that UV lights actually just either interrupt the DNA or basically just kill the cells of those microorganisms. Well, when you kill the cells, they no longer reproduce, and if they no longer reproduce, they no longer grow. No longer grow, there's no smell, there's no contamination, there's no growth. And so this is where you wouldn't have to clean it anymore. If you maintain your air filter on the air conditioner, you won't have to get up there and spend 30 minutes per air conditioner or an hour per air conditioner cleaning those coils. Not only that, but of course you're not going to be breathing in any of these microorganisms. So that part is exciting, and as a technician, if I can do anything to help out RVers not have to do so much, well, of course, right? Because we all want to be lazy. So I'm excited about this. I want to test it. And what I'm going to do is hook it up outside to an air conditioner. I'm going to make it unfair. I'll set the air conditioner outside without any air filters, and I'm going to run it. And we're going to run it for a while, and we're going to see, we'll run two of those, one with the LumaSafe system and one without, okay? So they're going to sitting side by side. They're going to get the same amount of possible dirt that may be coming in. I may go ahead and put in the filter on both. We're going to see what happens. We're going to look at this for a couple weeks, let this go by, and then I'm going to video, of course, what those coils look like. So Stay tuned for that, because if that's the case and this does this, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to speak with the company. We're going to work with them, and I'm really going to push this. I already know and I already think it's going to do this because we're not the first industry to do it, okay? But for anything that I review, I'd like to test it myself before I say, hey, go do this. Here's the thing. You may already have something like this on your house or anything else. Put in the comments what you think about the UV systems. And wouldn't it be great, now we have it, but it'd be great to have these in the RVs, because man, oh man, I can tell you that air conditioner on the RV is going to be way worse than the one in your house. So LumaSafe is what it is. If you want to go check it out and get some information on it, I'm going to follow up with that, and just depending on how my review goes, I'll definitely reach out to them, tell you where to get it. So there's your tech tip. All right, sometimes there's a product out there that is so daggum good, you decide to sell it yourself. I'm going to do the second part of the LumaSafe. Now, this is that UV light for your air conditioner. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Now, if you watched any of my tech tips, when it comes to air conditioning, I will tell you airflow is king, right? We're trying to pull the heat out of the RV through the air conditioner and get the heat outside, and it's all about airflow. The problem that we have is we get all that dust, and then from that dust, we also get, just different organisms that grow. Well, on your evaporator coils, it's potentially a cesspool, because when you get warm, humid air hitting a cold surface, you get condensation. Well, that condensation, depending on where you're at, stays on there, and that's a breeding ground for everything that's actually touching those coils. And this is why you change out your filters from time to time, but your filters don't stop a lot of those things. And the UV light, now this is a UVC light, the UV light directed right on those coils 24/7 kills all of those mites, everything else. Now, you're still going to have dust, because believe me, I will tell you, you still need to clean your coils at least twice a year if you don't have something like this. Okay, so here's the thing. If you have breathing considerations, or if you just don't want to get up there and clean your coils so often, like twice a year, you may want to look at this. This is called LumaSafe. Now, what it is, it's a UVC light. Now, I told you in the first review I was going to test it, see how things are done. Done a lot of research on this. This has been around since the late 80s. It's what they put in hospitals. It's what they sell in fans and everything else. You can actually go find, just type in UVC light, okay? What makes sense to me is to put it in the air conditioner, because, of course, that's typically on, and we have the most volume of air going across it. When you buy a simple tabletop fan or something like that, it doesn't move the same amount of air, so it doesn't provide the same effectiveness. Now, with the UVC light, there are some considerations, right? You never want to look directly at a UV light.
No, Harry, no! Don't look at the light! I can't help it. It's so beautiful.
And of course, you don't want it exposed to your skin. It's a simple device that we have that we put inside the air conditioner. I'm going to show you a couple places where to put it. They have these wonderful tabs that you can move around depending on your air conditioner's needs. It plugs directly into 120 volts. It does have a little transformer in here that steps it up to the proper voltage. Honestly, about once a year, you just change out the bulb and have all that there. But this right here will help reduce the number of times you need to clean your coils, keep those coils cleaner so you can get better airflow, right? And of course, if you have any breathing considerations, right, rather than using filters, HEPA filters, the Herm filters, let that airflow come on through and let the LumaSafe take care of your coils. So let's go ahead and look at how to set these up. I'm going to cover the two major designs out there, and that's going to be when it comes to air conditioners. We'll look at the Coleman, and then of course we'll look at the Dometic. So let me go over there and grab those, and I'll show you where to put them. All right, so here we have the lower control unit. I want you to think the air conditioner sits right up top, but it's hard to actually give you a full viewpoint with the air conditioner sitting up top. So this lower control unit actually sits in the attic space between the air conditioner and, of course, your ceiling. So this is the area here. And on a Dometic Brisk 2, of course, which is the most common air conditioner out there, you do have a box right here where the 120 volts comes in, and, of course, you have your control units in there. It's a perfect place to go ahead and set the UV light here. Now, let me tell you about the UV light again. We never turn this on when we're around that. That's one of the biggest cautions. We don't look at the pretty blue. right? It's kind of like an insect, right? You just get sucked right in. Well, it's bad for the eyes, bad for the skin. So we set this up with no power on, but the location can be right on top of this box. Now, yes, the box from time to time does need to come off. Remember those tabs I was telling about? They come right off. So you can actually set that on there. The UV light shoots up towards your evaporator coils, which is sitting right here. Okay, you do need to have a qualified individual go ahead and hook this up to the 120 volts, which is located right here in the box. So this is what we would have for the Dometic Brisk. So now I have in front of me the upper shroud for a Coleman. And typically, again, you'll still have your control box coming in where your 120 volts comes in, and then, of course, all your mechanics coming out. The evaporator coils sit right here in proximity. I had to flip this upside down, but again, we're going to use the box itself to actually connect this. Okay. Now, in both locations, you'll also have a ballast. Now, the ballast can sit right up top, and they do come in with 3M tape, two-sided tape to put these on there. Again, don't look at the light. Don't be attracted to the light. Of course, don't even set this up with the power on. Make sure the power is off. And again, the location for the 120 volts is conveniently located right inside the box. All right, so that being said, yes, it is something that I'm actually recommending for everyone. Is it for everyone? Absolutely not, right? It's going to be for the individual who maybe is in the South where having a lot of humidity is a consideration, understanding that those coils never get dry in high humid temperatures. If you have breathing concerns, or if you just want the peace of mind of having your coils a lot cleaner. Again, it's not going to stop dust from forming on there. You do need to clean that. But probably what you don't know is that whenever all those organisms get on there, they grow, right? They reproduce and everything else. And this UVC light basically damages the cells so it can't reproduce. It just simply dies, and all that you have is dirt. And if it can reduce the number of times you need to get up there each year to clean your coils, heck, maybe even go beyond a year, then of course the product would be for you. So the review would be based on, is it effective? As there's enough data out there that you can see hospitals use it, the water departments use it, the post office department use it. It's not as powerful as those because there's people that will ask. One of the reasons I put out the first videos, looking at the questions coming in. Hey, UVC lights, they damage styrofoam, they damage plastic. Well, this is 1/3 the power of a standard one, so you're not going to have any problems with, of course, your upper plenum or anything else. So they're actually effective if it's for you, safe if you do it right. All right, so now the question is where do you get this? Well, they don't have a retail store. This is where I decided to go ahead and sell them as well. So they only work with distributors. You can actually go over to roadlifegadgets.com. That's roadlifegadgets.com. These are the tools that I endorse, so if it's going to have my name on it, something I endorse, obviously I know that it's going to work. That's roadlifegadgets.com. There's your text. Yeah, let's do this. I'm getting the Hey everyone, I've got a product here. So didn't mean to say that. This is where right back here is actually where your I said actually. I got to stop that. And on a Dometic Brisk. Let me do that again. All right.